as we continue another ladies matchup, and oh boy, the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington, is set to face timeless Toni Storm.
I'll bet that's gonna be a good one.
This next match, set for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit, coming down the aisle from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington.
Well, it looks like the Yankee Rose beat the drums loud enough for a high-profile match, and if she didn't get one. Georgia just swears she's so great, but I think she's in over her skis on this one. Toni Storm is in a whole nother league, man. If Georgia wins, which I doubt, I guarantee you, it won't have been no clean win.
I suppose this is why we didn't get Liberty Bell versus Toni Storm tonight. Seems they were both booked against other opponents, but we do know now. That rematch between Danielle and Toni Storm will happen again soon.
And hey, I can't wait. They had a great match at Black Friday, but a draw was definitely not what everyone was expecting.
Nope, everybody was definitely not expecting a draw, and I mean, wow, that was such a letdown. But there's going to be a rematch, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a clean winner this time around. Just a question of who it's going to be.
And her opponent from the Gold Coast of Australia, timeless Toni Storm.
I gotta tell you guys, she is some piece of work, timeless Toni Storm. World famous at this point. About as popular as they come, one of the hottest ladies in the business right now. The timeless one. Gonna be locking it up with Liberty Bell Danielle at some point in the future. And who knows who else he's going to be locking it up with, but right now tonight, it's the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington, and she may be in for a hell of a lot more than she bargained for. Toni Storm. Just, I mean, look at this. Whole audience is like dead silent. Well, she does her thing. I mean, she has got the whole crowd in the palm of her hand, and it is absolutely an amazing thing to see. Again, not since the days of gorgeous Georgia have we seen this kind of stuff. Timeless Toni Storm, definitely an amazing piece of work. Oh man, this one's going to be good. Going to have a lot of eyes on this one, and I guarantee you Danielle is sitting in the back watching this one on a monitor somewhere. Oh man, Toni Storm and Yankee Rose. Oh, here we go. Willie Johnson rings the bell. They lock it up. Georgia Washington with the upper hand. Snap suplex on Toni Storm. A kick to the side. Georgia going for a quick pin here. One. Just one. Says Willie Johnson. Okay, here we go again. The Yankee Rose with a head scissors on Toni Storm. A knock on the noggin too. Georgia Washington takes down Toni Storm with an elbow. That was wild. Huh. Toni Storm whipped to the ropes. The Yankee Rose with a very fancy neckbreaker. And another spinning elbow. Toni Storm in big trouble in the early goings here. She finally starts to counter here. Gets a hold of Georgia Washington. Whips her to the corner. Playing a little game of tug of war with the arm of the Yankee Rose. Toni Storm trying to battle back here, but Georgia Washington counters her way out of the corner. Couple of chops across the chest of Toni Storm. Gets a hold of the leg, takes her down, and snaps the leg too. Georgia Washington firmly in control here. Toni Storm back up to a standing position, and a quick elbow takes her down. Followed up with a double boot stomp to the midsection. Toni Storm rounded up by the Yankee Rose. Placed up against the ropes. And bounced off the ropes with forearms to the back. Georgia Washington catches an elbow from Toni Storm. Delivers a series of rights, a kick to the midsection, and another neckbreaker. Toni Storm has yet to mount any serious offense, and it ain't good. Georgia Washington all the way up on the top turnbuckle here. Toni Storm back to a standing position, but oh, well, now that kind of didn't work out. Toni Storm takes advantage of the mistake, a set of kicks to Georgia, and a Hurricane Rana. Sends the Yankee Rose to the outside. Toni Storm going to go right out after her. Whip back inside is the Yankee Rose. Toni Storm makes her way back inside. Whip to the ropes by Georgia. Another beautiful wraparound neckbreaker from the Yankee Rose. Kick to the midsection of Toni Storm. Oh, this ain't good. Oh, that's a pretty nasty stretch. But Toni Storm cuts herself loose with a couple of knocks to the side of the head of Georgia Washington. Both ladies back to a standing position here. Toni Storm goes, pendulum DDT. That was beautiful. Okay. Hard forearm. Takes Georgia down to the canvas. The Yankee Rose goes behind here. A little bit of a wrestling roll. Georgia Washington catches a right to the head. Toni Storm with another forearm. Drops Georgia to the canvas. Timeless. Toni Storm doing a little bit of showboating here. And why the hell not? She has just regained control of this matchup. Drop toe hold into a leg stretch. Georgia Washington in some trouble here. Turns it around. A couple of shots to the head. Gets herself loose from the hold. Georgia countered by Toni Storm. Tries for the drop toe hold again, but don't get it. There's a kick to the midsection. Tries for the spinning back fist, but Georgia too quick with a set of rights and a kick to the knee. Toni Storm whipped to the ropes, but counters back into the drop toe hold and back into the leg stretch again. Okay. Georgia Washington finds her way out of the hold one more time. Back up on her feet, a quick running spear takes Toni down. Georgia Washington trying to rally back here after losing the momentum momentarily to Toni Storm. Toni whipped into the corner. There's a kick to the midsection. Grabbed by the ankles and assisted out of the corner with an alley-oop. Here's a pin attempt. 1, 2. As close to a near fall as we've gotten so far. But Georgia Washington still has to go right back to work. Ooh! There's that chop, and here it comes, the Rockets' red glare. That could be the end right here. Here's a pin attempt. 1, 2. Oh! Shut up! Toni Storm powering out of the Rockets' red glare. I know Georgia's mad about that. Gotta be mad as hell. Here she comes, big time. Cross body splash. 1, 2, and again. Toni Storm says, no, I'm not going out like that. Georgia Washington looking like she's in control of things. And she might very well be. There's a stomp to the midsection. A driving knee into the lower back of Toni Storm. Toni Storm back on the canvas and back in trouble. She rolls to the outside as Georgia Washington tries to get some attention and some blood from the fans. That's a tall order right there. Georgia rolls to the outside after Toni Storm. Toni counters with a hard right. Gets a hold of the Yankee Rose. Has her up over the shoulder. Slams her head first into the lip of the apron. Well, now Toni Storm rolls her back inside. She is back in control of this match after beating out. Oh! Running spear took her down hard. Here's another pin attempt. 1, 2. Well, now this is not going Toni Storm's way right now, is it? The Yankee Rose into the corner. Toni Storm charges full tilt. Boom. There's a whole bunch of buttocks to the face. Down goes the Yankee Rose. There's a low drop kick. The Georgia Washington. Toni Storm goes for the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. That is going to do it. Timeless. Toni Storm picks up the win over the Yankee Rose by pinfall. Let's go get the official time.
Here's the time. 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And your winner, Timeless Toni Storm.
That is another thing about her. She can take a whole bunch of punishment, come from behind, and pull off an upset win, which is what she just did to the Yankee Rose. Absolutely amazing. Kicking out of the Rockets' red glare. That was definitely a sight to behold. And there's the wrap-up right there. That dropkick put it away. We'll be back with more RWL Snarl in just a minute.